Now you see that in the revoke role that there is a two user ID, that is it is ARAI and ARI2 both have same user ID, has given a role that the role attendance, add attendance and role to modify attendance. So this is the role that is given. So once you will able to log in into the software, then you will find that there is only these two add attendance and modified attendance is given. So here what we will do that we will try to log in with this ARI user, and then we'll see that what exactly the role is given. So what we need to do that we need to log out, and once it is logged out then we can log in it into the same URL, and we'll see that what exactly happens. So you see that all the option is erased and only the option is given that for attendance. Since school map and visit LMS, these are common for all, so no role is required. And you see here that they cannot see this notice board, only notice board, whole board event and birthday is given, no data. So only add attendance and modify attendance. So these two uh, data is role is given, that is why it is displaying here. So software is made in like a way. So now we will come with the admin panel again. So we will log in, and once it is login, so this is the assign role and revoke role is like that. So okay, so this is done. Now here there is also an option called a modified user. So in this user, what you can do that whatever the user into the software, then it will display here. So there you can edit their name or date of birth or whatsoever, but user ID will not be changed, and change password. Suppose that particular user is forget their password and they don't know the option, even though they don't have updated the email address also. So in that case, that admin will have a privilege to change the password. So what they will have to do, that they will have to go to that their rows and simply click on the change password, and here you can find that the new password, confirm password, and show password also. You can, this will show emails, and once it is disabled then it will come like this. So you can change the password. So once the password is changed, so here you come to the modify user, and once the modify user you see that, so you can also see here you can also delete the user so that they will never be able to log in. And edit, in edit option you can see that so only modified name, last name, active or inactive you can put. So once it will be inactive, then he will not be able to log in into this software. So these are the user modification, and here it is the to-do task. To-do list means whatever you are going to do into your future, then you can define it here. So this is the thing that a username, this is for admin, but for once any person will log in, then they will show there on its own. So admin will have a privilege to give or assign task to every user. So suppose this is a user, and then start date, end date, priority, normal, high, critical, not started, status. Okay. Now once it is see not started, completed, and in progress and complete. So once it is completed, then it will definitely raise, and the task, whatever the task. So you can define it here. So here you see that there is a in progress option. So submits student marks. So there is a task that you need to do, and who will do, that's a Naveen. Username is Naveen, you can see. So this is the user task. Now you come to the expense. So expense is nothing but whatever the expenses is going on into your school, then it should be updated into the software, because it will also help you in an accountancy, and at the time of the tax filing, that it will be great help for the schools. So it will give some relief from the government. So expense is nothing but first you will have to define the head name is what you would like, that electricity. So in every school there is a electricity, and that you'll have to define that electricity head name, and this is definitely, of course, it is a expense, a school expense, it is not the income part. So electricity, mics, telephone, like that you can define. This is head name, and then after you will have to define that subhead, means head inside head. So now come to the suppose the wire. So in electricity what it happens, that it is a wire will come. So here you see that recharge telephone, telephone is head, then the recharge solar, electricity is, suppose wire is there, some switches is there, then you can define it. So it means I will let you know, this is the setting part, so I will let you know later on that what exactly. So you guys will have to define in such a way that whatever the expenses is created into the school, it should be added into this software, so that at the time of expenses, then you can simply put this into the software, so that your record will be safe. So once the expenses is done, now here the major part of our this school, that most of the schools is depend upon this income, that is called a fees. So fees setup is that here you can come with the click on the fees and the month fees setup. Once the month's fee setup, so here fee setup is depend upon the different to depend upon the school to school, that suppose one school take fees from January to March, April to May, April to June, like that 3 months. Another school take 1 month fees, another school takes a half yearly school, and another school takes a yearly, one at a time. So it depends upon the school to school that how they are collecting the money. So suppose now in this software it is showing that so only one school is 1 month fees is taken. So here, what we could do is, here you see the Baisakh, Jyesht, Asar, Shravan, Bhador, Ashwin, Kartik, March 6. So don't worry about that one, since it is for Nepal. But in India, if you will select their option, then it will come as January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So no issues for that. So don't forget about that one. You just imagine that this is the January, February, March. So start month is January and end month is January. Means in January only 1 month you will take a fees. But if you will go for Asar to Asar, Vesak to Asar, like January to March, then you will have to set this form in such a way. Now active. So in the same way, it is like that one, that Baisakh, Jyesht, Asar, Sawan, Bhado, something like that. It is January, February, March, April is setting. So here it is a monthly fees, and monthly fees taken. Now come to the head name. So head name is nothing but your school name, school fees name, which will be listed like that. Admission fees, registration fees, tie bed fees, tuition fees. These are the head name fees that you can define it here. Now head name is done. Now add headmaster. So headmaster is nothing but whatsoever the school classes fees is there, then you need to define, so that as soon as once it is set up, then at the first click, that you can able to take a fees. So school name is this one. Select, suppose there are multiple options like that for in many school it is seen that from first to fourth the fee structure is different, 5 to 8 fee structure is different. So this software is given you a very good facility that you can add it simply, no issues. So suppose 1 2 3 fees is like that one. Section is there, that is session. Session is 279. Now admission fees, suppose admission fees you have taken the 5,000 rupees, okay, and registration fees is 400 and tie belt fees is 300. So once you will submit, then for see class 1 2 3 it is given like that one. And fees type is required, yes, it is require is required. Okay, so I'll let you know that requires. See here, student type is regular, and by default you can keep it as no. And then here come to the fees type. Fees type is admission fees, monthly fees. So you can also leave it as it is, that a monthly fees, and then submit. So once you will submit, then it is assigned this fees for the 1 2 3 4 5. Now if you want to see that where it is generated, then come to the modified headmaster. So once you will come to the modified headmaster, and then suppose class 1, suppose if you want that the class 1 piece structure. So here you see that admission fees is not given, and general and tie batch build fees is 100. So since the data is submitted already previously, that is why it is given like that. And then go to the back portion. So once you will go for back, and then So this is the fees structure. Now come to the admission setup. So admission setup, what is the process of admission is that first the school will have a registration fees and then admission fees, and then they will take enroll the student into the school. So in a school, if you go that you will set the admission fees and all these things. So setup fees. Suppose first of all you will have to set the registration, means how much amount should be there. So once you will go for a search admission fees, registration fees, then here you see that these are the fee structure will come. So simply you will have to put this registration fees. So means what exactly the basic reason of this to set up behind is that as soon as the student come on to your school counter that I need to take a registration, then at that time you will simply click on the submit button and it will generate, means whatever the information from the student will be typed, and then after fees structure should not be controlled by that clerk at runtime, and they will simply click and then you can give a receipt. So whatever the amount will be written on the registration fees, then it will come and they will give you. And in the same way, admission fees also that once the registration is done, then you can go to the registration setup. I will let you know in future later on videos uh, part part. So, then admission will be taken. So once it is done, then the registration fees is set up. Currently, it is given to be a 0. So don't worry for that. So fees is done, admission setup is done. So in the same way you will do, then once the registration setup is done, then only you will have to select the admission and admission setup will be done. Fees setup admission setup is done. Now you can also edit that whatever the setup you have done, that you can edit, define that like that what exactly I have set up for this. Then we can check like that for registration what I have set. So registration phase is already set, that is regular and modified, and so no issues for that one. In the same way that okay. Now late payment fees. Late payment fees is nothing but suppose the monthly fees generation is done. So suppose any student who has not paid after 7th of every month, then they will charge for the 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 50 rupees, 100 rupees, whatsoever. So this amount you will have to define it here. So let's say means 50 rupees is defined, and then section is 79 and this. Suppose payment. So here once you will submit, then the for whole the session means into 2079 or 2022 to 23, that it will come it will calculate the 50 rupees at the time of generation. But for doing this one, that you will have to generate the fees monthly, not yearly. Means at yearly means only one time you will generate, and at that time the monthly fees will not pay. In any school, what happened that at the time of a startup, that at April month or a March or February month, and what they do that they generate the fees for every student. So once they generate the fees, then you will not be able to know that this student will generate will pay the fees at which month. So in main multiple school depends upon the multiple school that you have to find. So this option is only for that any school that is generating the fees after 7th, so that they can know that okay till 7th that previous month fees is not is still dues, then the 50 rupees amount will be charged. So this is the fees structure, and miscellaneous charge is nothing but like that dancing. So suppose the dancing fees is there, then the late arrival or dancing, that you can define the fees. This is the charge type only, nothing else. Later on I will let you know that how much charge you can define for this one. So this is a charge. Okay. So like dancing or late arrival means yeah, this is head name simply. Sorry, this is head name. That means charge type. What types of a charge you are defining. So depend upon your school. Uh, you can add it. Means if it is not added into the head name, then you can add it. Like that, a dancing is happen only in the month out of 12 months. So you can define it here. Comes one or two or three times maximum in a year, that charges. So fees part is done. Now come to the grade part. So grade this grade is made for the two based. This software is made for a grade for a two format. One is for a CBS format, CBSC format, which is run into the India, and another one is in Nepal result format. So in Nepal also that you can run. So grade here. So first of all, we need to term add. So here that generally there are three terms is given. So generally in India it is only term one and term two, but in somewhere term three I have given an option for this one. So in India basically only you can use for a term one and term two. So no need to do anything because since software already given the option term one, term two, term three. So either you cannot delete, you edit, or you cannot add it. So this is the term one, and now you come to the assessment setup. So assessment setup, you will see that there are the assessment setup like that: a term one examination, term two examination, term examination. So scholastic area, scholastic area. I think Indian guys that know for this one. So here you can define this one. So for term one, what assessment will be there? So term one examination, scholastic area. So nothing, only this setting is done. So this is the term one area. Now add subjects. So subjects, whatever the subject is studied into the school, that you need to add. So here you will see that as subject short name. Short name generally basically you see that subject short name like that physics. So spelling is PHYSICS. So there are seven word into this one. So you can mark it as a three word so that it will display into your routine. So in routine, what happened that because of size constraints that it is very limited. So if you will write that mathematics or physics, then it will take a long character. So better to sort it out that you can add simply three words. Like you see that here that English PR, English theoretical, see HS, those are for mathematics, only math is there. So this is the things. And here order. If you see the order is given that suppose the once your uh, result will be published, then at the time then which subject will come into the first. So in that case you will define uh, the order for that. So this is also depend upon you that how you are managing this one. So this is the add subjects is done. Now subject setup. So subject setup is nothing but means which class having a which subject that you need to define. So subject suppose policy in the school, you school select and class. So how many classes there? There are suppose one and two both have a same subject is studying, and this is a subgroup. Subgroup is nothing but suppose Nepali, suppose English theoretical and English practical. So English theoretical and English practical both will come into the same group. So here you can define the subject group one and subject group two. And credit hours. Credit hours is run means into the Nepal, and maximum marks means how much marks is there. So you can define it here. That is great part. So these guys basically you will get to know more on this one once you will run this software. So I'm just giving you an overview for this one. And this is the exam schedule, means when the examination is going on, what, and that's it. Once I start examination date and date, it is not too much thing. Now come to the discipline part. Discipline part is that means how much means you can also divide a charge or take a action or any kind of a record you can put into the software for a student. So first of all, you will have to define the discipline. So here you can see that a discipline it is defined that a complaint. Suppose academic complaint type is student without copy. Suppose example any students come into your school with or without copy, and here you see that not done homework. So these are the discipline tasks that is you can define, and once the student is not done this type of a work, then you can simply means add into the software so that it will help you out get the record from the student. So discipline type is also here is a leave. Leave is a category. You see that a leave is a category that category means what types of a category you can define like that. A sick leave is defined. Casual leave is there. Earned leave is there. So depend upon this one. Leave count means leave count is nothing but means how much count. Suppose the sick leave is designated accountant, computer, these are the designation. So in employee section you will find to know that okay, these are the section that these are the department that you have to define. So leave count means sick leave, how much for this accountant I can give. So let's say means 8 leaves in a year you can give. So here you see that the sick leave accountant of maximum 12 they can avail for this. So this is for leave and leave allocation. And leave allocation is that mhm. Okay, leave allocation. So, okay, so leave allocation is there, and so the same thing that 12 count is defined for this one means maximum sick leave accountant will be defined. Now transport. Come to the very important topic after that fees, that transport. So transport is nothing but means how student will convey from to and fro from school. So in that case, that we have to define the first as stoppage point. Then whatever the stoppage point of which one, that you will have to define. So it is not there, but here you can define the stoppage point. And once the stoppage point is defined, then you need to define the vehicle type. So vehicle type is whatever, either bus or car. This is now vehicle summary. Vehicle summary is nothing but your vehicle details, that what types of vehicle numbers, number of seat, maximum seats, this insurance, vehicle type. Vehicle type you'll have to define it before. And leave vehicle type, and then add vehicle route. So vehicle route is nothing but means this vehicle will go to which places. Suppose the vehicle number is this one and section is 2079, then a stoppage point, that stoppage that you have defined, that amount, how much charge will be levied. So let's say 500 rupees from here to to move from here to Rohini or Chirag Delhi, that you'll have to go, that it will be defined for 500. So here the one vehicle route you'll have to define it here, and pick up hour and pick up minutes, so that everything is there. You can set it as it is. So transport is there, edit. Now you can also edit the bus timing is there, change bus timing. So bus timing is nothing but you can find that how much what is the number of this one, and select user that you can. So better way transport. Okay, change bus timing is the nothing but you're changing the bus timing. Add driver. So changing bus timing is nothing but only with this so the vehicle select a time type, increasing time. Suppose 15 minutes increase or 15 minutes increase, multiple five you'll have to give. Suppose there is a one bus that you need that because of very cold weather, then the bus timing is changed from 8:15 to 9:15. So here you will give the 60 minutes and session. This session is there, so bus timing will change automatically. And now add driver. You need to simply inform the add the information of the driver. So no issues for that. And then once the driver is added, now change vehicle. So this is actually old vehicle. That is old vehicle. You will have to connect a new vehicle. Suppose there is a one vehicle that is already damaged. Now that bus will not go to that particular area, but on behalf of that vehicle, that another vehicle will come into the picture, and then they will go for that particular route. And in that case, a vehicle means you can change from here to. So this is transportation part, and transportation part, and migrate to change stoppage. Stoppage also you can change that. Suppose old vehicle having this stoppage, now they are not going to that particular stoppage point. So you at that time you can change. Suppose the stoppage point is changed because of some construction or anything, that is will means bus cannot go into that particular route. Previously it was able to smoothly go, but now it is changed. So in that case, then you can change it from here. That is okay. Okay, now migrate will is what that suppose every year from suppose 2023 to 2024, that the price is changed. So in that case, that you will have to migrate the vehicle. So whatsoever the, suppose previous year they are charging for 1100, now in they are going into the different movements 1200. So in that case, how it will be happen? So at the time, you will have to migrate the vehicle from this one to that one. So suppose from session, I will show you how it goes. So here you from session to session and 2079, if any data will come, then it will shows here. So no issues. A stoppage point, session and amount. Here you can change the amount. That's all. And now transport fees month. So transport fees month is what that suppose your school is collecting the fees for 1 month, but schools want that a transport fees month will have a 3 month fees. So in that case, you will have to find, suppose at the time of a generation, suppose in the Sak, Jest and Asar, suppose January, February, March. So what you want to know that only in April fees, that in April fees, your transportation fees should add. And then after May, June, July, in July means every 3 months, your transport fees will be added. So in such a way that you will have to define, and here status is inactive. If anyone is active, then at that time it will calculate automatically. So this is the transport part, dosto. I hope it is very clear and understanding. Please do subscribe my channel, and also contact me on this given description list number if you want to have a demo on this software. This is a very good software, and it is running very fast and most developing state. So thank you very much. I will come back for other since there is a time problem. So I'm preparing another video from hostel onwards. So please do subscribe channel, dosto. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye.